Hello everyone and welcome to the recap of the final round of the Classical Chess Tournament. I am attending here in Amman, Jordan. Uh, Prior to this round, I was 6 out of 8 and I was going for the sweet 7 out of 9 finish. My opponent was a 1633 rated young man. I think he was born 2010, maybe 2009, by the name of Hamad Daman. I had the white pieces. And I want to apologize for not uploading yesterday. I came back home and I decided to vibe for a bit, and I forgot about the recap until like 2 a.m. So I decided to record today. I wanted to go all out this game. I wanted to play for a win. So let's see how that went. I played e4. You already know I'm e4 player. He played c5, knight f3, knight c6. Okay, it's like okay, so he is also playing like some aggressive stuff. So I decided to play king's Indian attack. And when he played g6, I kind of got excited because if you remember my game against Mansour Samir, I had discovered some ideas, some fresh ideas in this position that I wanted to experiment with. So, just the standard stuff here, not just g3, bishop g7, bishop g2. We're just getting our pieces out. And I think this is the first critical moment in the game after my opponent plays the move bishop to g4 here. Now, if you recall my game with Mansour Samir went for a structure like this. Okay, he went for this. This is what Mansour Samir went for with this pawn on h6 or on a5, and he wanted this pawn on h6, and his bishop still hasn't developed. And we discussed this game, we analyzed, and he was like, if you recall, and he explained to me that he really disapproved of this idea of knight d2. He believed I should have played with rook e1 and c3 and d4 and tried to put my knight on c3. And I did some digging on this idea briefly, and I wanted to try it out. But after my opponent played bishop to g4 here, I was like, and like, I didn't know if I wanted to commit to h3 yet, so I played c3. Still keeping my options flexible for knight d2, rook e1, a4, maybe h3. Many ideas. He played e5, and I was like, playing for d4 in this position doesn't really make sense. Uh, you know, I was doubting myself, but I was like, I'm probably never going to be able to play d4 because of the spin. And I decided to play h3, and I wanted the bishop there. And I was like, he has to take. And then my opponent really shocked me. He played this move, bishop to d7, which I thought was a massive inaccuracy. But after we played the game, I don't think it's probably that much of an inaccuracy. I'm convinced it is an inaccuracy because you're wasting time. If you're gonna play bishop g4, you should have taken. Uh, but yeah, I thought it was too much of an inaccuracy, and I thought here for 30 minutes, like on the dot, 30 complete minutes, and I was so conflicted, and I was super foggy throughout the game. Super, super foggy. I couldn't really calculate at all. I was extremely tired. I don't know why. But I thought about a4. Thought whether I wanted to play knight b to d2, whether I wanted knight to a3, whether, if I could play d4 in some positions, whether I should play rook e1. And I was calculating many unnecessary lines that I'm honestly a bit embarrassed to show, but I'll show them. With like knight bd2, wanted to play knight c4. He could play b5. I was going to play a4. He could play a6. I was probably thinking of taking, and playing queen to b3 here. I was considering some of these. I was also heavily calculating knight to a5. Uh, and knight c4 like this. targeting the d6 pawn. And I was just calculating so many things here for that were unnecessary and probably weren't accurate at all. But I settled on a4. And my point is, I want knight a3, knight c4. The same idea, I played against Mansour Samir, but it's just a better position because he wasted time. And the bishop generally in these positions doesn't belong on d7, according to my knowledge, which could be false. It's just telling you what I know and what I think to be true. And he played queen c8. I quickly played king h2, just defending the pawn, getting off the diagonal. So maybe I'll play f4 at some point. Then he played knight e7. I played knight a3, and he castled. I played knight c4, and then he played queen c7. And I was like, okay, obviously he wants to play f5. But I thought like my position here was beautiful, honestly. Guy had good pressure. He cannot play d5. But then he played queen c7, and I was like, uh-oh. And these were the types of positions that I just don't understand. Like, I have no clue what to do here. I vaguely remember an idea from a game with Bassam Amin. I studied a lot of his games. So I was like, I think this is just where I play rook b1 and I play b4. I wanted to sacrifice, honestly. I wanted b4 takes, knight takes, bishop a3 with pressure like this. But after a5, rook b1, I just didn't see the point in sacrificing the pawn. I thought he was fine. I thought I was the one in trouble, I think, after f5. But so that's why I settled on rook b1. And I was like, okay, so we're just going to have a fist fight. He's going to play f5, I'm going to play b4, and zero idea what's going on here. I have no clue, honestly. Like, my brain was checked out. Oops, spoiled it again. Doesn't really matter, game is not even that long. Yeah, he played f5, I played b4, he played b6. And I was like, wow, like I have problems. Didn't know I was going to break through on the queen side here, and if I don't get play on the queen side, he's just going to crush me on the king side over here. So I calculated a line with b5, knight d8, takes, opening up this, and some moves where I move this knight, and I hit this rook. But I played queen b3, setting up various discovered attacks, and he was going to play bishop e6 here. He was like moving, like he was hovering over his bishop. I was like, I think he just loses. I thought I just take. I mean, rook takes, I just have a better position, I think, because you need your g-pawn here. And if bishop takes, I have a discovered. If knight takes, I was just going to play knight g5. This is hanging, and he has problems. And he can play d5, but I will take, hitting the queen. He can take, then I take, and he resigns. Like, not resigns, but like I'm probably winning here. But he found this nice idea with knight e6. I honestly just thought he would blitz king h8. I didn't see the idea, but I think knight e6 may even be more accurate. And I went for this, this takes, and knight g5. Point is, if he takes, I was just going to take his rook. And, I wanted to trade pieces to, open my bishop and limit his firepower on the king side. And then he played d5, and like I just missed all of this. Like I don't think I missed it. I just misevaluated this, and I was like, oh, I think I'm just going to lose now. Like, like, like I thought I had an advantage from the opening. Like I thought this position was amazing. I thought like I was Carlsen, and all of a sudden I'm sitting on the board and I have this position, and I'm like, wow, like I'm actually a moron. Like I'm actually an idiot. Like How did it get this bad? But like it's fine. I was like, okay, I'm just going to play chess. I was honestly happy my lower rated opponent was playing a good game. You know, he's a young kid. So I just took an e6. You know, he can't take because I take on c7 and yeah. And I played 93. And you know, I started getting some hope here, you know. I was attacking the spawn. I thought he would probably play rook d8 and I was going to play f4. And I wanted this. I thought this is probably survivable if I can get c4. I thought I could survive this. I thought this position was fine. Well, not fine, but I thought, okay, it's holdable probably. Yeah, but and like he played f4, which is like a really good move. Like f4 is a really good move. I saw f4, it's just I completely misevaluated it. He was like outcalculating me. Uh, and I didn't know if I really believed him because there were many complications. I honestly forgot like 90% of my calculations here. I was calculating various lines, but honestly, my mind was blank. This game was the most foggy I've been in the entire tournament, and you know it's a trend from me, like in tournaments, that you know as the games go on, like as the tournament goes on, the worse and worse I get because I think the stress and the like commute, like the game is at 6, I like leave the house at 4:30 and you know the commute is long and I get insomnia sometimes and the stress so and I like eat I have a very poor diet throughout the tournament, so I think that's why uh, I get worse, but he played f4 which is like a good move, man. Like his idea is clear, like he wants to target my knight and he wants to play f3, so I just took. I didn't really see an alternative. I thought about taking. I thought he would take, and I thought he could do something like this. You know, I saw I thought I was just dead. There are various tactics here. I considered playing King H1, but I felt like an idiot. Now that I look at it, I probably should have allowed this and played King H1. Thought maybe takes. Now then I take on C7. Yeah, this was probably have led to a simplification and I would have been fine. Yeah, probably should have played King H1 here. Yeah, King H8 and maybe something like Queen G2. Maybe, I don't know. But props to my opponent, you know, he's finding nice moves. I took on F4 and, you know, like I'm sitting on the board, I'm like, can he play C4? And he just plays it. Like he's calculating, like, he's finding these really nice ideas, F4, C4. And I kind of didn't believe him. I thought F4, but like C4. And I was trying to calculate, man. I was just blank. I was super blank. I was super exhausted. I don't know why. I took and I was like, okay, I'm going to take. This was like the literal thought I had. I'm going to take and then I'm going to pray. Like I'm going to take and pray and hope I don't lose. I lose embarrassingly quickly, honestly, because he just takes. I play Queen D1. He plays Rook D8 and I can resign. Because okay, Queen F3. He just takes. Uh, and I can't move my knight. Like for example, in the game I played this miserable knight d1. He just plays bishop d5, and I resign. Okay, I just resign. Let's say queen g4. He just plays f3. I just resign. King h1. I just resign. Uh, but yeah, he played rook d3, which I didn't see. Like I just didn't see anything like the most trivial of ideas, like not trivial, but like the most obvious ideas. Like obviously he's going to want to play f4, and obviously like you're going to want to do this. Obviously you're going to play with d3. I just didn't see. Oops. No, but it's fine, you know. I played queen b7, and I started getting some hope and then yeah, he hit me with rook h3, which I don't want to call it a trivial tactic because it's a nice find for my opponent. I don't want to like take away from my opponent, but like let's say some 1852 FIDE rated player, it should be like a trivial tactic here. It should be obvious. Point is, if I take, he just takes the queen. So uh, yeah, I played king g1, and honestly, like yeah, he played rook f6, and I'm just dead. I thought about f3. It loses because of something. It loses because of, I don't know, there was something, excuse me, there was something like horrible about f3. But yeah, I played rook e1, and he checked me. I played king f1, and here he played knight d5, which gave me a little bit of hope. Here he could have just played f3, I think, and I can resign. Literally, it's just forced mate with rook h1, but you know, he decided to give me hope. And and there, as much as it is embarrassing to admit, I just didn't see f3. Like I thought, I thought, man, I'm fine. Like, hey, I can maybe draw this endgame by some miracle, you know. Horrible game. And this was like the last hope I had in the game. I was like, oh wow, he blundered. Rook takes e6. I'm so smart. Because if he takes, then I take, and I'm winning. I'm so smart. I'm up a piece. But my opponent is cold. And if I played rook takes e6, he would have hit me with rook h1 check. After king e2, would have taken with another check. And yeah, I lose. So I just played takes. I played takes with 1 second on the clock, which is wild. Like I was like, hey, look, I played it with 1 second. He had like 40 minutes, I think. Bro was chilling. I played bishop f4 with a few seconds on the clock. He played bishop f3, and like with 5 seconds, I think I resigned. Yeah, I'm just mated. Rook h1. I kind of like I got destroyed. I simply got destroyed. Like from start to finish, I got destroyed. Like, I don't know where I went wrong. Where? Like, okay, obviously I went wrong somewhere. Maybe it was this wild idea with takes and knight g5. I shouldn't have allowed d5, I think. I should have played knight e3 here very calmly. I think if I play knight e3, maybe maybe I win this game. Maybe. Maybe I win this game. I don't know why I didn't play knight e3. Probably because, like, okay, I don't want to have negative self-talk. Probably, let's say probably because I was tired. I'm exhausted. Stress was getting to me. Uh, I could have very calmly here just played knight e3 and played knight e5 very, very calmly. And started to play maybe bishop g5 and knight g5 and figure it out. Uh, but I misevaluated d5. So yeah, that's the end of the game, and that's the end of the tournament. And before this game, I gained 31.2 rating points. And after losing this game, one, I didn't check the standings because I was too scared, and two, I didn't check uh, how much rating I lost because I was also too scared. And we're about to see both. So, see. Um, so yeah, Mansour Samir won the tournament. Oh wow, I swear I was 10. Oh, Oh, I think he got, yeah, he got beat by this CM. I've played him before. He's strong. He has good preparation, Rakanda. So, yeah, okay, so apparently I end up rank 20, which is bad. I'm not satisfied. I think it's a bad result. I lost 31.2 rating points from one loss. Oh, my heart just dropped. Oh, wow, I didn't think I'd lose that much. I thought I would still gain 10 or 15 rating points. Oh, wow. Wow, I'm honestly speechless. I can't believe it. All of the work I did in this tournament just goes because of one stupid game I played like an idiot. Oh, that's wow. Wow. So all of this for nothing, yeah? Crazy. All right. Anyways, uh, I didn't want to end. I wanted to show the game and I wanted to give some positive final thoughts. Uh, but honestly, it's very hard to give some positive final thoughts given that I lost 31.2 rating points from one game. Wow. But it's fine. Uh, okay, some final thoughts. I need a solid weapon against the Sicilian, and I need a solid weapon with the right pieces when I am feeling tired. I try to brute force myself into, and forcing myself into playing for a win, but I knew I was tired before going into the game, and honestly, I felt fine, but I think I cannot be playing for a win every single game like a belligerent lunatic. I need something solid, you know. Probably maybe the Alpen is fine, or maybe I'll check out the Alpen. Uh, but I do have some thoughts on the overall tournament. I think I played amazing. I think uh, like I was able to get a really good position and out prepare like basically my hero, like my local hero. So that's good. I fumbled it, which is fine. It happens, you know. Uh, but I need to work on my mentality more. I need to be more mature over the word. I'm clearly lacking in a lot of maturity. Uh, just uh, I also I'm glad that I'm breaking out of my shell of playing extremely passive and extremely solid for no reason, even against low rated opposition. In this tournament, I went all out against, I don't care, lower rated, higher rated. I wanted to win at all costs, and I didn't want to draw, no matter what, which is fine. And I'm really happy about that transformation. Uh, Sorry, my heart still kind of dropped. I'm pissed about the 31 rating points. Wow, man. That's crazy. I can't believe you can lose 31 rating points just like that. Wow, I didn't think I would lose that much, man. Oh no. But yeah, unfortunately, the winter break is ending. I have school on Sunday, and uh, I will be studying a lot more. So chess stuff will be reduced significantly. However, I will be putting time into chess improvement. I want to also, you know, uh, make more poetry videos. However, lately, I expressed this. I couldn't, write as I could before. It's just not getting to me. And I want to end, you know, with a message who the person I want to be, or like the type of person I want to be, and the type of message I want to send to people. I want to be, a positive channel. I want to be someone who people can watch when they're having a very bad day, when they are, just in depression, and when they are fighting their own demons and their own mistakes and their own shortcomings in life. Because in life, we all, uh, to a certain extent, we all have skeletons in our closets. We all have, bad things we did. And I'm trying to work on these things, and I'm trying to inspire others to have a more positive attitude and to uh, grow kindness within, the globe. And I try to make that the philosophy of my life. And I guess we can leave with a moral. We can leave this video with a moral, because when I lost to my opponent, I smiled, even though, like, internally I was very annoyed at myself, of course, not at my opponent. I congratulated my opponent, the young man. I was like, wow, like, well done. You outcalculated me. You understood the position better than me. Like, you really played better than me. You destroyed me. Good job, man. And, he was happy. And uh, the moral is that, when you lose in a sport like this or chess, whether it be chess or something else, be humble enough to acknowledge your mistakes and don't take away from your opponent's accomplishments, because your opponent has worked hard also. And, you know, feel for your opponent and don't take it personally and don't diminish. For instance, I'd play some games with people and they'll be like, oh, like for instance, I remember the first classical game I played in my life. I ended that tournament. I had a decent tournament. I ended up getting rated 1800, and the first guy I played was 1800, and I knew nothing about like how strong an 1800 should be or whatever, and I beat him. He was like, I underestimated you. I played whatever d5 quickly because I thought you were low rated and you were unrated and I could. And like sometimes you would beat someone, they were like, "Oh yeah, but you didn't, get an advantage after the opening," or like, "I tried to flag you," or whatever the case may be. Try to be positive and try to be humble and try to uh, be a good person and try to treat others really as how you want to be treated. This is not only a chess channel, this is just an everything channel. It's kind of like a whatever I feel like channel. It's like one day maybe, okay, I want to upload poetry, I'll upload poetry. I want to do chess, I'll do chess. But thank you to anyone who has watched this video. Tune in for more recaps, future tournaments. Tune in for like basically my journey, because I try to whenever I don't have the motivation or whenever, I want to speak about something, oftentimes there really isn't someone to or like not to listen, but like sometimes people don't want to hear about chess, or sometimes people don't want to necessarily hear your poetry. So like I like to use the channel to as an outlet and expression. So thank you to everyone who has watched this video, and bye bye.